Well, hey folks, Species7 here, and welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining me in Farm Sim 25 and the Maypole Farm. Well, the Maypole Farm version 2, it's not a new map, it's a new playthrough. After I stopped recording yesterday, I spent about another 3 hours, and because I realized I was getting really frustrated because I really thought, well, I didn't like the farm. I like the map. The map is really cool. I like the way it's laid out. But, yeah, the farm itself was driving me nuts. So I tried rearranging buildings and that sort of thing. And like I said, spent about 3 hours at it. And then I realized it wasn't actually the farm that I didn't like either. It's where the farm was. Being like dead center in the middle of the map. Okay, this, where is it? Right here. Right, oh, that's not it. This is it. Here we go. Right here. Completely surrounded. Not near a highway, a little bit of an offshoot. That's what was annoying me. Because even when I spread the buildings out so I could pretty much do loops in any of the tractors, as soon as it comes time to leave, yeah, not so much. So what I've done is I've moved from there and bought the farm over at the edge of the map. So you can see a highway runs right by it. Well, we got the edge of the map there. It's fairly open around it, and it's easy to get out of it and actually get to things that are nearby, like fields, etc. I mean, here's a way onto these fields. You know, you can go here and go straight on to these fields. It's a much easier process. And yeah, after playing on it for a few hours, I realized I liked it much better. There used to be a horse barn sitting here. I sold it. I didn't feel like doing horses again. So I put our house here, and then with the rest of the money from the sale of the horse barn, I put a couple of greenhouses in. I think 2 greenhouses and a shroomy house. So yeah, but this is what we're working with now. I have pretty much the same equipment, although I did trade our 2 tractors in, the 2 Deutzes, and yes, I know, again, I bought a pair of Kubotas. Sorry, I like them. In fact, I can walk 10 feet to my living room window, look outside right now, and see one. That's how much I like them. No, I don't own one, but my down below neighbor does. Might even, yeah, I think it's a little bit smaller than this one. Not much. Whatever the next model down it would be. And he's got a backhoe for it and a bunch of gear for the front and yada yada yada. But yeah, I guess this is for silage. Is it a covered bunker? Is that the deal? If it is, we're not going to be using it. Because what I've done, I decided instead of a forage wagon and the hay dryer and the silage making towers of magic, myth, and mayhem, we're going old school and we're just going to bale it up. So I've got the old baler, the one that we had in the last one, and I've picked up a bale wrapper. Beyond that, we've got, like I said, the rest of the kit is pretty much the same. So, yeah, but nothing's done. Like, we don't have any bales because I haven't done anything that would make bales. We do have some crops we can deal with. We do have lots of grass to mow. What we don't have is me having done any of that. Yeah. So we're gonna head off and do that. I think we'll start by trying to remember where the idiot that runs the place left the combine. Oh, there it is. That's right. Yeah, he's so daft he actually put it where it's needed to do its job. And look at this. Alright. So yeah, this is one of our wheat fields. Not quite as modest as the last ones we had, but it's not ginormous. Alright, we need to come in a little tighter here. Do hope everybody is doing well. Did I miss it by that much? I guess I did. There we go. It is the 20th of the month today, and that month would be July. I think you won't end up seeing it till about the 25th or 26th, but that's what the deal is. Alright, let's get this thing opened up. There we go. Very nice, very nice. And we're off making wheat. I see by the thing sticking out the butoxial end of our harvester there that we will be making the straw. So, yeah. Away we go. Let's jump in. And away we go. Oh, that was kind of odd. I've never seen the windrow actually bounce the header up in the air. But I don't think there's anything else there that we could have hit. I haven't been doing any logging, so it wouldn't be that... Oh, what do we got going on here? Oh, I see, okay. I just wasn't sure if that was a really sharp angle and I should do a different way of going here or what. But no, that's going to be just fine. Fine and diddly. And just follow it. There we go. Oops. Dang. Alright, I'm not very happy with that, so... Not very happy at all. There we go. Didn't even really have time to spit much straw out. There we are. Now it is. Yeah, so it's really, really easy. Nice wide entrance to get on and off of this farm. Now, I mean, we still, you know, we can't get carried away with 20-meter headers and stuff like that, or, you know, huge equipment that, oh, that's gonna suck. That won't fold. And that sort of thing. Yeah. Oh, I see, okay. Look like a gopher sitting there or something. I mean, gophers aren't blue. Details, I tell you. Yeah, I do like the layout of this. I mean, we've even still got empty sheddage, and we've already got all of our gear in. Well, I don't know about all. There's probably things we will need as the days go by. Same settings as the other one. We have 5-day seasons. We will not allow snowage because, well, I've never seen anything indicating they've ever fixed it. So, yeah. I'm not going to count on it. Let's just put it that way. The other thing I wasn't that fond of on the other farm was the fact that we had 2 of those giant cow sheds. I mean, I like a cow as much as the next person, you know. But, yeah. 2 of them is a bit much. Oh, that loads that way. Ew, okay. So I actually kind of want it up against there. That'll do. Alright. We're just going to pretend we put this away all proper. So yeah, we have only the one here. We do have, I believe it's one of the robot feeder ones, just like there was on the other one. And let's see if we can be quick enough. Okay, spit it out. There you go. Good stuff. Do I need a second lane? I guess it wouldn't kill us, would it? Quit backing into trees. Besides, that'll kind of square this edge off. What are we doing for quantity? 46%, not a lot. Second one down here, and we should be set. Didn't do that very well. There we go. Not a super high yielding field. Let's have a look at what it says. I'll bet you it's going to say 37% bonus or something like that. Let's have a look. Oh, 42%. Okay. Well, there you are. That's a hair better. And I have hair, so I know what I'm talking about. Ooh, lots of weeds though, eh? Although actually, they look dead. So maybe it was even weeded. That would be outstanding. That's probably why it's got the extra little percentage. But I'm pretty sure anything you grind up that's organic and put into the soil helps your fertilizations. Yeah, I didn't see anywhere in the map description that said it was precision farming ready, so I have not deployed any of that tech. Nothing against it, and I would actually like to try it, so at some point we're going to have to find one. Yeah. I know I'm not full, but we're going to be full before we hit the other end. So let's grab the Big Daddy Kubota here. Like I say, these are quite a popular tractor around here. And I know there are dealers in the province and stuff like that, so. And from what I understand, they don't have any of those, you know, anti-consumer sort of things in place, like, oh, what do you mean that thing there is broken and needs a new fuse? No, we'll have to send a representative out. You're not allowed to do it yourself. Yeah, I don't think they have that sort of a dealio on, so good on them. But no, they're just all around. I find them, you know, a decent looking tractor. The municipality is running John Deere's. So when we see the big mowers out and stuff like that, they're being pulled by little John Deere's. But, there we go. Yeah, I brought the deer with us. I figured they were a nice touch. Besides, I'm thinking from their behavior, they may not be quite up to snuff, so, you know, best to have someone around to watch for them, I think. Well, we should do alright with some straw. And I believe we have another grain field to harvest that's under our purview, as it were. I don't remember what mod it was, but there was a mod for, might have been 17, FS 17, where things like balers, I believe even the combines, you could overrun them, you know, like completely overwhelm them, trying to jam so much crop in them, right, that they would jam up and you'd have to stop and there was a clearing period. It was annoying, but, you know, it basically, it's what got me into the habit of backing up at the end of each row, because as soon as you'd hit that big blob of straw, or grass, or whatever it was, your baler would just cease to function, right? Because they tend to be at the beginning of a row, or an end, I mean, depending which way you're going. Yeah. You sometimes wouldn't get very far before you'd be ground to a halt. So yeah, now I roll them back at the end of each row, and it kind of distributes that a little more evenly. I think most of the balers now, they just plow through it like it was nothing. Even though I imagine in real life, if you know, hit a windrow that's the size of the baler. The heck was that? Huh. One of them little white floaty things? It looked like it shot out of the end of the harvester from right underneath the header, and then took like a curveball in midair. It was kind of weird. Not sure if it showed up well in the video, but yeah. So yeah, I would imagine that would stop, you know, providing you didn't just roll your tractor off the top of it. Although I'm also of the opinion that, I mean, I know straw has substance, but I think you'd probably crush it pretty good with an even a half decent sized tractor. Never mind some of the overblown ones we actually run here. Once again, we'll do the empty thing. There we go. Alright, we should be able to Scooby the rest of this up without having to empty till we're done. So we don't yet have any livestock at all. Neither beast nor fowl. But we will. As I've said many times, it kind of makes the game for me. I like hearing the crack-a-doodle-oos and the bleating and braying and mooing and grunting and all of the other loverly noises that our critters make. Even the bees buzzing is kind of just annoying enough to be enjoyed. Alright. Well, I guess we can sort of, rather than have two useless rows, let's have two half-useless rows. How's that? And let's get it finished. Oop. There we go. Ooh. It all fit. Lovely. Well, not really. I would have rather had to have taken 4 trailers worth, but, you know. I suppose it is a convenience. Alright. Now our other field... Hmm. I guess that's on there. Put the little pieces away, so. So here is the rest of our farm. There's our sheep. There's the cows. Got all of our gear over there. And here's our greenhouses, which require wood. Not water, obviously, but that can be automated. So, do they require fertilizers? Manure. Manure. Ooh. As in, does it have to be manure? Or can it be, you know, fertilizer? Oh, wait a minute. Canola. Or canola manure. Oh, okay, it's just going to make it better. I see. Yeah, 6 water is 6 of that. Okay, 6 of that and 2 of that gives you 12. Alright, so yeah, it's just more efficient. Cool. So we'll enable watering. And then what we want, I'm not sure. I need to have a look at something else first. But this is our taproot greenhouse. Fairly self-explanatory. This one does, well, not taproots. As you can see, everything from soybeans to sugarcane. So if you wanted to run something with sugar and didn't do beets, you could do that. It also does, oh, straw? Oh, I guess that's just a sort of a side effect thing. No incoming. Okay. Yeah, same thing. You can pick a with or a without type of scenario. And again, I want to check as to whether I will need any of those things for our, well, mainly for our piggies. And then, of course, we've got shrooms. Let's enable watering. Excellent. And then we are going to do oh, I guess you can do straw and manure, or just straw, or without. So 2 water gives us 6 mushrooms. With straw gives us 12. Ooh. Dang, that'd be worth, we're out picking up straw right now. And this is straw and manure and gives us, I think we're going to go with this, actually. Now, of course, it's going to tell us you has no straw. But that is a temporary thing. Okay. Well, yeah, as I said, there's our automated moo maker. We've got a spot here for some sheeps and goats, and yeah. And we can actually do things like access the highway down here. Unfortunately, there's traffic running at the moment. Now, that's our field right over there. See, I think there's an even better way to get to it. Ooh, If we don't roll our harvester on this corner. That is. Yeah, right here. That's what I thought. Perfect. Again, he could have done a much better job. Right? Right. I suppose I could put a hired dude on here. Do I dare? It's kind of a complicated little field. Well, I do want to get back to that other one, though, and get that baled, and then get those bales picked up, so... How's about see? I don't care which you start with. Probably easier if we start with the ups and downs. Okay. There you go. And I'm going to leave you to it. There we are. Let's get the Kabuto emptied. I'm pretty sure the smaller one would have handled this just fine, actually. So. Now, let me think. Where are the silos? In relation. Right over there. Chirp! Yeah, so much more space here. So much more. And there we go. We could now, if we wanted to, have chickens. Alright. So, what we're gonna do, in fact, is swap out trailer duty. For baler duty. And when the other guy's full, or girl, whoever they hired, we'll just grab the other tractor, run over there and deal with it. Should not be a big deal. Alright, let's get you unfolded. Did that go down? I didn't see anything. Oh, okay, there we go. It did. I think this thing's got a pretty decent sized pickup on it, so we shouldn't have to worry about it leaving too much. Of course, we will have to worry about the fact it's going to take half the field before it spits the first bale out, but, you know, that's a given. You know, I'd expect crows and stuff to show up to pick through a field after it's been harvested, but deer? I would think would be the last thing that would interest them, you know? In fact, I would imagine from the time it started to turn its lovely shade of gold, they would have lost interest in your wheat fields completely. Especially if you sprayed the weeds, which is probably a dumb thing to do when you have wild herd o' deer that pretty much will live all over your property. How's it looking there behind us? Yeah. It'll still be a bit. Barely make that one. Oh, okay. I didn't even notice. Didn't even notice. Alright, now I could go that way, but I think that's kind of a long way, so let's go t'other way. Will not take the chance of rolling it down the hill this time. Oh. Well. Not the most convenient, but I guess. Yikes. Alright. No, where can... Oh, I can just park you right in the end here. That shouldn't... well... I think what we'll actually do... that... There we go. Okay. Well, you can spit one out any time here. We're gonna get it. We did. We should just about be ready to drop our first bale here. One could hope. There we go. Didn't even drop it. Well, kind of at the end of a row. We might have to get out there and give it a little boost. Nice. Alrighty, I think we've taken care of all the headland, so it's just the ups and downs of it now. Oh, we did drop it between the rows. Nice. It's at 64% already. So... ready to bounce back over there. Oh, okay, we did just drop another one. It's pretty neat stuff going on inside there. They're coming at us, Ed. Okay. And he's the wrong way again. Good thing I don't have crop destruction turned on, because not having him do the headland first kind of guarantees we have to drive through it. Alright. Looks like we should get 3 offloads for this field. Yoink. And we're at 86%, so I think I'm going to do the same thing and be a little proactive here and empty this. Alright. And away we go. And I think, my friends, with that, I'm going to call the first episode here. So yeah, it is, as I say, still Maypole. We're still going to be doing the same sort of stuff. Just in an area where I'm not so likely to get frustrated as to just make a bad video. So, not that any of them are any good, but, you know, I try. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Maybe hit that like button. Above all, take care of each other, folks. Ciao. Bye.